In this video, we will discuss about the CAR T cells therapies or the negative effect of these CAR T cells therapies that it might cause long-term cognitive impaired. So what this long-term cognitive impairs is that the normal functions that are being done by brain will get affected because of the CAR T cells treatment. And this is the study which has been published in the Cells on May 12, 2025. So how this CAR T cells works is CAR T cells has this uh, antigens receptors that can detect the cancer cells, or these CAR T cells are designed in a way that it can detect the antigens that are present in the patients and then trigger apoptosis on those cancer cells. And what this paper has found out is that the continuous this CAR T cells effect will cause this reactive microglia formations in the brain, and that will lead to the release of the cytokines such as CSF cytokines and other chemokines, and that will has a negative effect on the brains in terms of this oligodendroglial cells goes down, myelinated axons goes down, and these things will ultimately results in the impaired cognitive behavior. And that thing they have observed in the mice that has this conditions, or mice that are treated with CAR T cells will show impaired cognitive behaviors. And researchers has also find out a solutions, and what they did is they transiently deplete this microglia, or they block these chemokine receptors, that is CCR3, and that will leads to the restoration of this oligodendrodyl, or it will cause these oligodendroglials rescue, and its results is been reflected in the final outcome, that is the cognitive behaviors of the mice has also been restored once the transient microglias are depleted, or there is a blockade these chemokine receptors. And these things they might have come to a point that these chemokine receptors blockade will prevent the activations of the immune systems, and thereby these chemokines and cytokines release will be controlled, and these reactive microglia formations will also be controlled in a way. Otherwise, what will happen in general CAR T cell therapy, if these conditions are not being utilized, is that it will CAR T cells will detect the cancer cells and it will cause apoptosis, and this cancer dead cells will helps in the that cancer dead cell, that debris will helps in the further activations of the immune systems of the patients, and this will cause the immune systems to be hyperactive. The hyperactive immune systems will cause hyperactive immune system will cause this high cytokine release and chemokine release, and that will result in the impaired cognitive behavior. So from this paper, we might come to a point that CAR T cells should not be used without considering these effects, that is how it will cause the effect on these cytokines and chemokines, whether it will has this long-term impaired cognitive behavior impact or not. And since this long-term effect on the CAR T cells is not been studied, so people are not been aware about this side effects of these CAR T cells. So this is the graphical abstract that are presented in the paper, and we will discuss in detail how they come out to these points that CAR T cells will lead to these oligodendroglial cells and myelinated axons decrease, and how they come up to this idea that by blocking chemokine receptors or by transiently depleting microglials will result in the rescue of this cognitive behavior. That's all for this video. If you need to understand more about this abstract or this study in detail, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.